Star Wars powered by Transformers. We're back at this again. Um,
With a twist.
with a twist. I think it was about like a month ago. We were talking about the newer images of the TIE Advanced X1 Darth Vader from the Transformers Star Wars powered by Transformers line, and in the background we saw what was a grayscale prototype of the Millennium Falcon in alt mode, and we didn't really know how this looked in robot mode, but we knew it was coming. We knew it came with Chewie and Han Solo figure, so we knew that this thing's, and we were told that it was going to be both those alt modes in one, reminiscent of the old Star Wars Transformers Millennium Falcon from 2006 back in the day, which, by the way, today is a horrible figure to own. um,
Warning.
so
Warning.
the
Danger.
yeah, it's a very dangerous figure. And what I mean by that is the Chewbacca from that 2006 Millennium Falcon has not stood the test of time and
Dust.
suffers from brown plastic, gold plastic syndrome horribly.
Do you like dust? Anyone likes dust? Dust?
So,
Anybody?
so even if you are satisfied with that Millennium Falcon from 2006, you will not be able to enjoy it. So this might be a very good.
Why are you lying to yourself? Don't lie to yourself. Don't. You don't love it. You just. It's the only thing you have.
Yeah.
That's why you love it. It's not
So
because it's actually good.
this is definitely an aesthetic upgrade. There's a lot of similarities, mind you, in terms of how it looks.
Hmm.
They obviously, I don't want to say that the Takara designers obviously looked at the Hasbro one for inspiration, but you do see a lot of similarities that were used between the two um, to kind of get that final idea, especially even using the cockpit as an extension and a weapon piece and stuff like that from the Millennium Falcon for Han Solo. But definitely you see the Japanese aesthetic that was used to make this look really nice and give it a more better final silhouette. Where I mean, a lot of those Star Wars Transformers from Hasbro's end of things in 2006, 2007 were they were not good. They were not good figures. They had a lot of QC issues. The engineering was done in-house from a completely different design team from that of the traditional Transformer team. And some of the better ones were the larger figures like the Millennium Falcon, but the Millennium Falcon, like I said, suffers from the test of time, so you can't even enjoy that figure today because of the weak plastic.
Mm.
This looks great. This looks great. The Chewbacca looks great. Very big shoulders, very nice.
Yeah,
The Han Solo
they want to
looks.
give him that hulking figure over. I guess over Han.
Oh yeah, it's
I'm not sure
definitely.
how much taller they are
They're
compared to each other.
definitely trying to probably go with that, whereas he's much taller. Chewie it was always like a 7 foot character in the Star Wars
But
universe.
what from I'm seeing from these two images, it definitely seems like Chewie's the back half, Han's the front, because
Oh, it's all. That's how it was before
you're
too.
seeing the cockpit on Han's right arm, and then you're seeing on his backpack the dish.
Hmm.
So that's clearly a cut down the half or something like that, you know?
Yeah, and again, like definitely the Han Solo is a huge improvement from the original. I found that there was this weird there was this weird pursuit with a lot of those Star Wars Transformers to try to make stuff that had these faces, these robotic faces of the actors. And sometimes it worked, and sometimes it looked terrible. Just Google Star Wars Transformers Yoda. That was one that was really like
Oh, that
out.
poor Han. He looks
Yeah.
like he's in pain.
Well, that's just it. The original one really had a weird kind of robotic look, and they
Oh my
tried to
god.
mold
You know
like
what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Michael Jackson and Moonwalker.
when he became a robot.
He became that giant robot. Just like, ah.
Well, again, and they tried to give like that Harrison Ford metallic hair on it on the original. So it's the route that they chose to do with this one was a better idea.
Yeah.
They gave something more of a very hot rod esque or sideswipe esque kind of skull cap helmet. It looks a lot nicer. It's more dynamic, and it just looks better overall. And I don't know how much this thing's going to cost, but this is clearly going to be a larger figure compared to the Millennium Falcon. because I assume that compared to the TIE fighter, because
Mm,
I get a feeling they're going to want that all the robot modes are going to be more or less the same size next to each other.
right.
So this is going to be a larger piece because it's two figures. But I mean, the engineering speaks for itself. It looks really good. It's definitely a step up from what we got more than 10 years ago, as it should be. And again, by now Takara-Tomy. So Star Wars powered by Transformers Millennium Falcon. Great stuff.
Definitely looking really good, and I'm definitely enjoying like figuring out where parts of the Millennium Falcon go into the robot modes as well. I'm having a lot of fun doing that. It's definitely looks really cool. I do like the like you said before the broad shoulders of the Chewbacca, and that that it, they don't have open mouths. It seems like on both of them, so they just look more normal.
Well, yeah, I'm going to post obviously a comparison to the old ones too, just so people know just how much of an improvement this is.
Yeah.
Like this is. I'm not going to post the Millennium. The Millennium Falcon's the same on both,
Yeah,
bearing like obviously
exactly.
paint details and stuff. But the robot modes are like night and day in
You don't
comparison
know
to
what the
the.
Millennium Falcon is. That's a here. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I
What are
really
you
don't.
What are you doing with yourself?
What are you doing?